Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to learn how to block out our own internal traffic, meaning we're going to make sure that we can play around on our own website without that inflating our own data. And the same goes for if you have a client that has multiple employees. I'll show you how to filter out all of the employees' traffic, because the only data we want is going to be from potential customers, so that we know what they're doing, what is working, what isn't working, what articles that are interesting, what audience segments that are the most active, the most purchase happy, etc. All of that data becomes inflated if you have employees or yourself clicking around and just ruining and messing up all of that data. So we're gonna start off with the most obvious one. We're gonna move over to Sitekit and settings. Then we're gonna go down to analytics, click on edit, and then exclude analytics from all logged in users and click on confirm changes. Now, if you're doing this for yourself or if you're doing this for a client and it's literally only you and the client, this is going to be more than good enough as long as you're always playing around with the site when you are logged in. That is the important part. But if you have employees and other people that are on the site or visiting the site that you know aren't potential customers, I'll show you how to exclude their data from the analytics. So we're going to go into our Google Analytics and go down to admin. We're going to go into data streams, find our data stream, go down, click on configure tag settings, then click on show more. And then here where it says define internal traffic, we're going to click there. And now we're going to create a rule that defines the internal traffic. So this is literally saying to Google Analytics, okay, this is what internal traffic is. And once we've defined what internal traffic is, later on, we're going to tell it to exclude it. So there are two steps to this process. So we're going to go up to create, and the rule name is going to be internal traffic. And then the traffic type value, we're going to leave it at internal. And then we're going to add in our IP address to exclude ourselves first off. So we're going to change this to IP address equals, and then just add in our IP address. If you don't know what your IP address is, just go to the resources of this lecture, and then you'll end up on the website called whatismyip.com. We're just going to go ahead and select my own IP and paste it in here. Now, if you have multiple employees, then of course, ask them to visit that site, click on add condition and add them all in so that you're excluding everyone who's planning on working with the website or in some way are affiliated with the website that is not a potential customer. It might be affiliate partners, it might be influencer partners, whatever it might be that are not going to be logged in users, but are still going to be visiting the site without being a potential customer. And then I'm going to go to the upper right and click on create. Okay, so now we have defined what internal traffic is. Now we're going to tell Google Analytics to remove it from our reports. So I'm going to exit from here, and exit from here. Now I'm going to go down to where it says data filters. I'm going to click in here, and then I'm going to go down and click on active, and then click on save. So what it's saying now is that there is no turning back here. Once you start filtering out this traffic, there's no way to get that data back, and that's just what we're looking for. I'm gonna click on activate filter. And there we go, it's this easy. Now, once again, if it's you or your client and it's only the two of you, for example, that is working on this website, if you're both logged in, you can just use Sitekit. You don't have to go in and define and exclude the traffic this way. But if there are multiple people or there are people who you know are going to be using the site frequently who won't be logged in, then you'll want to make sure that you exclude them by adding in their IP, going to the data filters and excluding them. Well done. In the next lecture, we're going to have a run through of the different reports so you know what the different reports are, what to look for and how to use that data. See you in the next lecture.